What's good, YouTube? What's good, everybody? How everybody doing? How everybody been, man? It's your boy Harlem, man. And I'm back again with another video, man. This video, man, will be some type of skill building or strategy building, or I would say it's a educational type of video. Like, okay, my channel is educational, but this one could be like some type of mentorship type of video. You feel me? Just to show people or just to outlet the power of trading patterns, whether it's a reversal or a continuation pattern. Understand? So stick around and just tap in and we're gonna put in work. And before I start off, disclaimer, everything I say or do is based off on my own opinion. The market might not respect the levels or the trading things that we might be talking about, or it might move in my opinion or against my opinion. That's how it is, that's what we do. But this is just some type of financial disclaimer. Don't take it into consideration and take investment choices because you might lose all your financial capital and come back and say Harlem scammed you and I ain't did shit. So we're gonna tap into it. So like this type of video gonna be a video which I will break down any trading pair, and any trading pattern, whether it's a continuation or a reversal. So I will use the 10 pairs which I always work on. Boom. The 10 pairs which I always work on just to find everything which makes me be comfortable to take those trades, whether it's reversal or continuation. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. Okay, let's start here. Current price. So we can tell the NAS was in a downtrend. The NAS was moving in a downtrend until we had this correction and a push to the upside until we had something called a rising wedge. Okay, let me do this before I start off with this. Let me just do this. We have different types of trading patterns. We have different types of trading patterns. You have to find ones which you are comfortable taking trades on. I repeat, we have different types of trading patterns. You just have to find one that you will be comfortable with and just go with it. So the first one, okay, this is a chart pattern cheat sheet. The first one, it's bullish continuation and ascending triangle. You understand me? You can see where your stop is, where your entry is, and where your TP might be. Okay. And we have a bearish continuation, which is a descending triangle. We have an ascending which goes to the upside and a descending going to the downside. Bull, bear. And we have a bullish reversal, which is a basic pattern. No one can fail taking trades on this pattern. It's a double top, it's a double bottom, which is a bullish reversal. And we have a double top, which is a bearish reversal. A double bottom, it's a bullish reversal because price will push and create a high and create a low, push to the upside, print out a high, and come back to that very same low and fail to break that low, giving us a possible market reversal of price bouncing off a very certain zone, which it once bounced off and reacted from, coming back to it, pushing to the upside. Same thing as the bear reversal. And we have a what? A bullish wedge. And we have a bearish wedge. We have a triple bottom. Okay, so with a triple bottom and a triple top, it's a bit different because I use it to say we have an intraday support. Once price bounces, pushes, comes back and pushes and comes back to the very same zone. It's a triple bottom, yes, but I just say it's an intraday or a current market price triple or a current market price support zone, which I will consider taking buys or long trades once price continues failing to break the support and break the highs and start looking to a continuation to the upside. Same thing as a double top, as a triple top. I look to say once price bounces for the third time, I now consider that so my intraday resistance or my current price resistance, where I'll be looking to take my sales or my short positions as soon as price does what? Bounces off that zone, fails to break it, break the highs, break the current price lows for a possible or continuation to the downside. And then we have a bullish flag, my favorite. We have a bearish flag, my favorite. We have an inverted head and shoulders, and we have a head and shoulders. Understand? Inverted head and shoulders is a reversal, and and a head and shoulders is a reversal. And we have a what? A bullish symmetric triangle and a bearish symmetric triangle. I don't trade these two. I've never tried them out. And last but not least, we have the falling wedge and the rising wedge. Those are also my all-time favorite pairs. So on this video, I will break down everything because those pairs, okay, those patterns are patterns which I use on pairs which I've been trading for the longest of years and the longest of hours or the longest of times I've worked on with. So we have those two, the rising and the falling wedge, inverted and head and shoulders, and we have the bullish and the bearish flag, and we have what? The double top and the double bottom. Those are the seven pairs. Okay, two, four, six. Okay, no, two, four, six, eight. Those are the only eight those are the only eight patterns I'm comfortable trading or working on, or I'm comfortable executing trades every time I see it. So, okay, on this instance, the NAS, we have a what? A resistance right there, an intraday resistance or a major resistance. I won't explain it. I'm just trying to explain the pattern. So we can tell the like once price pushed to the upside, we had now some sort of depletion, right? You can tell that like from bullish engulfing candlesticks, we're now having small candlesticks. So once price starts squeezing itself inside that zone, all you need to wait for is for a break of the what? Of the lows and a retest of the lows for an anticipation of a continuation to the downside. That's how a rising wedge is traded. You simply need to wait for what? For a push phase, you need to wait for what? For some sort of depletion and wait for a break of the lows or those current price higher lows and a retest for continuation to the downside. Understand? And you can tell that like price did move to the downside. And then repeating the very same thing I explained on this first rising wedge, price came back again, having some sort of depletion like it did the first, and then it did what? It broke out. So now in this instance, guys, it doesn't have to be picture perfect. Any person doesn't have to be picture perfect. You just need to see it the way you see it and understand it and just execute and just let the rest be history. So we can tell the like price did react right there, a rising wedge pushing to the downside, boom, impulsively moving to the downside. Coming back here, looking at this one, we can tell that this is a bearish wedge, this is a bear flag, understand me, a bearish flag. Once price did what? Impulsively push to the downside, we simply wait for a correction or an exhaustion phase and then wait for a breakout for continuation to the downside. In this instance, you either take the trade once price breaks the lows or once we broke those current price highs. You understand? So now on this one, I could have just simply took a trade where once price has in what? A strong impulsive or in a bear engulfing candle breaking this overall correction with a candle with the coming candle being a retest and a continuation candle. The third candle could have been my entry. Understand? And it moved to the downside. This is a bear flag. This is a bearish flag. And then this rising wedge. This is a rising wedge. This is a rising wedge. This is a bear flag. A rising wedge is a possible reversal from a strong push to the upside, price failing to continue to the upside, having some sort of bear, bullish depletion and bear momentum and moving to the downside. A bear flag, it's a pattern which we trade continuation trades from once price pushes to the downside and exhausts or corrects. We simply wait for price to break the lows in anticipation of what? A continuation to the downside. Let's continue, guys. And then when we come here, we can tell like we have price pushing to the upside and correction and correcting. What I just explained right there It's it's happening right there, but in a different manner. Understand? So obviously, price pushing to the upside, correcting. We simply wait for what? For break of the highs and a retest for continuation to the downside, to the upside. This is a bullish flag, guys. This is a bullish flag. This one. This is a bullish flag. This is a bear flag. Understand? So obviously you can tell that like price did what, had a push phase and a correction or an exhaustion and a continuation push with price breaking what, the highs, coming back for a retest above or below those highs and impulsively breaking out in anticipation for continuation to the upside. And then same thing, the bear flag again. We can tell price did what, pushed and corrected and did what, broke to the downside. Understand? So patterns always show up in a different day, in a different setup at the same chart. Whether it's GPP USD, GPP odd, GJ, Tesla, Netflix, Hang Seng, Cat 40, German, whatever pair that you can think of, bro. This is price action. Here we're talking price action, and this is a bear flag, anticipation of a continuation to the downside. And then with price coming to our support, pushing to the upside, giving us some sort of a head and shoulders. We have what we call an inverted head and shoulders and what we call a head and shoulders. So in this instance, this is a head and shoulders. Price printing a high, a higher low, and a high, and a high not higher than the previous high. Boom. And then price did what? Just moved to the downside. This is a what? A head and shoulders. A possible reversal from what? From a bullish uptrend. From a bullish uptrend. It doesn't have to be picture perfect, guys. I repeat, you just have to see what you see and understand and just execute. So in head and shoulders, I simply wait for what? For price to just break the high, to just break the lows. Understand those lows, wherever that you find the lows, you just simply wait for price to break the lows and retest and continue to the downside. And then we have a triple top, we have a triple bottom, what we spoke about, 1, 2, 3. But to me, but in this instance, to me, just to be positive or just to stay in the safe side, I just call this zone a support. If we break out, I wait for a retest and a continuation to the downside. If we fail to break, I wait for what? For a great depletion in the bullish momentum for what? A possible continuation to the upside. So you can tell price once bounced, 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 and then pushed to the upside. So this is the triple top. This is the triple bottom I need. Triple bottom, triple bottom. Understand? And then price did what? Push to the upside, correction again, possible bear flag, break, retest, and a continuation to the upside. So in this one, in this triple top, you could have took how many trades? Two. Could have just took two trades, man, from this push, boom, 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 break of the highs. You take a trade, you understand me, and then you look forward for TP and continuations to the upside. And then you see a possible flag, or you simply wait for a forward break, retest, and a bullish close, and then you take a trade for a continuation to the upside, and then that's it. So you could have just took two trades off of one, off of what? Two curtains, understand? And then coming back with a downtrend, price bounced, pushed to the upside, bounced again, and pushed to the upside. So this is a double bottom. This is a double bottom, a possible bullish reversal. This one, this is a double bottom. Understand? And then once price pushed, we had a correction, and then price pushed to the upside. So what happened here repeated and happened here, but it wasn't a triple bottom, it was a double bottom. You understand? But we still had the same bear flag, and we still had the same what? The same bull flag. We still had the same bullish flags in both ways, and we still had what? The same things which we looked for. So, like I repeat, those things show up every day, every time, anyway. You just need to be careful of what you find. Just let your higher time frames confirm what will happen with the possible continuation or reversal which you have. And then we have a bull flag again right there. Once price did what? Pushed, exhausted, pushed, came back, and then pushed again, exhausted, and then pushed again to the upside. So it could have been what? An entry from here, an entry from here, and what? An entry from there. You could have just took three trades off of one uptrend, and that could have been enough for you to buy a whip or a crib. So coming back, we have a what? A possible inverted head and shoulders, because at first we had a what? In a head and shoulders, boom, 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 and then price did what? Impulsively pushed to the upside. So we have an inverted head and shoulders, which is a possible reversal. You understand? This one is a possible reversal, and we have what? A head and shoulders, which is a what? Another possible reversal. This is a possible reversal from an uptrend. This is a possible reversal from a downtrend. So, like I repeat, they don't have to be picture perfect. And what you find is what you find. What you need is what you need. All it takes is just you to execute and just let the rest be history. So, continuing with the trend of the NAS, continuing with the trend, we can tell the like price did what? Impulsively pushed to the downside, corrected, boom, break off that of the trend of the bull flag of the bear flag for possible continuation to the downside. So you can tell that like once price did what corrected, we broke out and came back for a retest with a what? A double top. A stronger confirmation for price to give you a signal in order for you to take what? A continuation trade to the downside. So obviously we have a what? In this one, you could have just took a what? A bear flag and a double top and just let the rest be history. You understand me? Like guys, like I repeat, the patterns I'm talking about and the patterns I'm breaking down are the patterns I work with and the patterns I understand. Please don't say because Harlem is now focusing on rising wedge and bear flag and inverted on the shoulders and double tops and double bottoms. What if you will be good with symmetric or asymmetric triangles? That's entirely all up to you, man. That's entirely all up to you. Understand? So we could have had what? A bear flag and a double top for continuation to the downside. And a rising wedge, like I repeat, a rising wedge once price pushes to the upside and shows signs that the bulls are losing momentum and the bears are simply gaining momentum. You just simply need to wait for a break or positive or confirmation to the downside. So in this instance, that's why this wedge is now price is squeezing itself inside this bullish channel. Price is now squeezing itself inside this bullish channel until it don't gotta fight, no space to breathe and start impulsively breaking to the downside. You understand? So this is a rising wedge for possible reversal. Where I could have took my entry, it could have been right there, or right there, or right there. It entirely depends on where you'll be comfortable taking that trade, or where you will see a stronger confirmation that price will not break that zone, or price will just respect that zone. Understand? And then coming back now to way right there, possible double top, possible triple top, price breaking the what? The lows, price breaking the lows from a triple top, breaking the lows, retesting the lows, continuing to the downside. Guys, this is just pure price action. This is just pure price action. This is just pure price action. If you know your structure, if you know your behavior, it wouldn't hard for you to understand your price action, like your continuations and the reversals, because you now know the overall structure of the pair and the behavior of that pair, and you will just simply execute in terms of what the continuation or the possible reversal of that pattern. So we continue moving, we continue moving, we continue moving, we continue moving. We have a wedge on our resistance. Now price doing what? Pushing to the upside, showing signs that we are losing that momentum, and at the same time we are in what? We are in our resistance, understand? So it was enough for me to just be comfortable to take that trade, and price continued to the downside, rising wedge again. And then as we continue, this is where everything happens. This is where the tricky part comes in, right? We can tell the like price did do what? Did push to the downside, corrected. Understand me? So now, obviously, with this correction, everyone we were hoping forward for a possible bear flag of what? Anticipation of a continuation to the downside. I'm sorry. But price chose to do what? To just trap the sellers and continue to the upside. So it does happen. You will not be right the whole time. You will not always win. You will not always win in setups that you find, in signals that you find, and then possible reversals or continuations that you find. This is a continuation of a bear of a downtrend, but price chose to do what? To trap we buyers, to trap the sellers and continue to the upside. But it was pushed by fundamentals. This was just a CPI move. And then coming back to current price, just to end the NAS, we can tell that I still see a possible wedge right there. Understand me? I still see a possible wedge. We can tell that like price did what and possibly pushed to the down to the upside. And you're now seeing those signs that like the bulls are losing that momentum. Because if price was going to continue bullish, this was a push, right? This was just an exhaustion, a continuation push. Why did price impulsively come back to the downside from that zone? So all I can say is let's just simply see what will happen. If this is a confirmed rising wedge, can please someone take continuation trades once we get that break below our lows for continuation trade to the downside? So I want to share more pairs. Like I want to show y'all other pairs, right? But I don't want the video to be long. But I guess everyone just saw everything. It's a rising wedge. It's a falling wedge. It's a head and shoulders. It's an inverted head and shoulders. It's a bull flag. It's a bear flag. It's a what else is it's a double top and it's a double bottom, it's a triple top and it's a triple bottom. Those are the only continuations or reversal patterns I trade, and the only ones I work with since I started trading. They work for me, they sometimes don't. I will not stop working with them because once I found the overall structure, I repeat, once I find the overall structure from higher time frames, what happens in smaller time frames will be what possible reversals, continuations, and we just execute our trades and just let everything be history. So, like I said, I wanted to show y'all more pairs, but I can see now the time, it's now too much minutes in this video. All I can say is, I guess and I hope someone did catch it. Rising wedge, falling wedge, bear flag, bull flag, inverted head and shoulders, double top, double top, triple top, double bottom, and triple bottom. It's a boy Harlem, man. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. And I'm so excited that I am sharing such things, bro, because a lot of people pay so much capital for such things, which they can only find on YouTube or by simply opening the charts and just executing what they see and just let it understand. So that's all I got in this video. I didn't want to keep this clip be too long, but I guess it's long. There ain't none for me to do because it's also educational. Someone will take something off of it, and I guess someone will learn something off of it. It's a Wednesday today. I might not take a trade because you can see what's wifey doing. She be on some BS for me, guys, and I don't trade when the market isn't moving in some BS. So that's all I got in this video, man. This is all I got. This is just all I got, people. This is just all I got. This is just all I got, man.